Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening, and welcome inside West Fargo High School, where tonight it's an EDC boys basketball contest featuring the West Fargo Packers and the visiting crosstown rival and the Mustangs of West Fargo Sheyenne. I'm Chase Miller alongside Maddie Eckren here tonight helping us out run camera. Welcome to our pregame show where the Packers and the Mustangs will get ready for an EDC boys basketball contest. For Cheyenne at 8-7 on the season, 7-3 in the conference, fresh off a win on Tuesday, 85-83 against Fargo Sheyenne. Well, for the West Fargo Packers at 10-5 on the season, 9-2 in conference play. For West Fargo, their seven-game winning streak was snapped at the hands of Horace on Tuesday, 98-89 in a loss here for the West Fargo Packers. They met earlier this season. The matchup went to overtime. West Fargo beat Cheyenne in OT, 89-87. Last matchup on January the 6th at West Fargo Sheyenne. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll talk about the series history between these two teams. Take a look at your conference standings, your latest basketball polls, get to our starting lineups, that and more, and we'll hear from the coaches. It's the Mustangs and the Packers for EDC Boys Basketball on a Friday night here on yourliveevent.com.
You have big dreams for your community. At Brevera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision-making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Brevera. Let's forge ahead together.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
As we continue with more of the pregame show here today, as the clock is starting to count down to our starting lineups and the opening tip. But first, let's take a look at the latest basketball polls across the state of North Dakota. Out west, starting to flex their muscle. Bismarck Century receiving all 17 first-place votes in AA boys hoops at 17 first-place votes. Bismarck High, number 2, followed by West Fargo Horace, number 3. Dickinson, number 4, with Fargo Davies, number 5, and receiving votes of West Fargo and Bismarck Legacy in the latest Division A, Division AA basketball poll. Girls game from earlier tonight, Cheyenne defeated the Packers by a final of 71-43. Some players to watch out for Cheyenne so far here on the season. Kyson Keller averaging nearly 15 points per game for the 6'6 junior, and Tanner Krejcia, the 6'6 junior forward, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds for Tim Brandt's squad at 7-3 in conference play. Up next, they'll host Red River on Tuesday, then make their way a week from tonight on Friday the 13th at Grand Forks Central here for the Mustangs. Well, for the West Fargo Packers, take a look For head coach Adam Paulesky's club, two players that really stand out on the stat page. Aiden Samick, the 5'9 senior, averaging 21 points per game and 3 assists, followed there by Beckett Fowl, who's shooting 56% from the floor. The 6'2 senior guard, 18 points and 6 rebounds per contest here for the West Fargo Packers. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, get to our coaches' conversation. That's on the way next. It's the Mustangs and the Packers. We'll hear from Tim Brandt, followed by Adam Paulesky. Around the corner, it's rivalry night here on YourLiveVent.com.
I'm Dan Sukert, your Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why my Edward Jones office is a proud sponsor of Park Christian Falcons basketball. Call 701-281-5264 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we continue on the pregame show, this interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. It's the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs and the West Fargo Packers here tonight for EDC Boys Hoops. Joining us from the Mustang perspective is their head coach. Again, that is Tim Brandt. And Tim, you get to this time of the season, just a few games left. What do you want to see from your team now until about a month from now once you get to that EDC tournament at NDSU?
Just the willingness to compete and play hard at all times. You know, it's you get to this point in the year and it's a bit of a grind. It's been a long year, you know, guys are, everybody's dealing with something at this point in the year. So that's not an excuse. You just got to play through it and you got to play hard. So we just need to compete.
You take a look at your particular matchups here with Adam Paulesky and West Fargo. What's just going to be a challenge, particularly the first time that went to a little bit of an extra frame. And I don't think we'll expect anything different tonight from my point of view here, Tim.
Yeah, usually that's the way it goes between us. You know, no matter, you know, the record of the other team, it's always a pretty tight game and it's a battle. So yeah, you're right. It was a battle last time we played them. Aiden Samick made a tough bucket at the rim to force overtime, and you know, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest with you, with this rivalry.
As you look at some of your players here, Kyson Keller, a 6'6" junior, just kind of what have you seen from his maturity on and off the floor so far this season?
Yeah, he's our leading scorer right now. He's long and athletic, and you know, he can kind of take over when we need him to take over, and he can score from all three levels. So Kyson's a guy that's really good on the offensive end, and with his length can disturb some things on the defensive side of the floor too. So he's been playing really well.
Head coach of the Mustangs, Tim Brandt, joining us here. Tanner Krejcia, also another guy that's a junior and 6'6". So what have you seen him, and is he maybe a little bit similar to Kyson, or does he bring his own, so to speak, repertoire to the floor?
Yeah, he brings his own sort of game to the floor. You know, ever since Christmas break, he's stepped up and he's been playing a lot better. And the thing that Tanner does really well is rebounds the basketball. I mean, he's got great timing. He's long. He's got great feet. He can move. So you know, tonight, in a game like tonight where you're facing a team that's big and physical, having a guy on the floor that can rebound the heck out of the ball but also score is going to be important for us.
Final thing that I got for you, Tim, you get to the month of February. What's this time of the year like as for you as a coach? Because you kind of can see the end of the tunnel, so to speak. You see tournament season coming. You still have practices and games to get through, that trying to notch yourself up the standings. But what's February like for you as a coach?
Well, I'll be honest, you know, coming to school every day in the morning, you kind of see some sunlight in the east, and going home after practice, you still see a little sunlight in the west. So that's a little refreshing to see some sunlight here during the day. Usually you get to school and it's dark, you go home and it's dark. But no, like I said earlier, it's you get to this time of the season and it gets to be a bit of a grind. I'm lucky because I have a great group of kids that I get to be around every single day, so that makes that a little bit better. But yeah, it's one of those things where everybody's dealing with something, and you just got to show a little toughness and play through that and compete.
Hey Tim, it's always good to see you. Best of luck here tonight.
You as well. Appreciate it.
That again, Tim Brandt, head coach from the Mustangs. We'll continue with more after this. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
As we continue on the pregame show, this interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. It's the West Fargo Packers and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Joining us from the Packers' perspective as the head coach. That's Adam Paulesky, game number 16 here of the season as they wind down the end of the EDC regular season. For your squad here, AP, it's going to be kind of feels like almost tournament time in terms of game tonight, game tomorrow at Fergus Falls to get ready for Shanley. So what's the biggest thing you want to see from your team to kind of close out the end of the regular season here?
You know, the biggest thing is consistently compete. We've had some really great moments. We've had some good halves, even 3/4 of a game. But as far as being consistent every game, playing at our highest level, we need to get there and keep pushing towards that every single game.
As you take a look at the game against Horace, back and forth game, a lot of points in that one. Just what do you see from your squad and what you want to carry over tonight or what needs to change, you know, from your perspective going into another rivalry game, which went right down the wire the first time you played them with Cheyenne?
Yeah, our execution was lacking on the defensive end against Horace for the first 8 minutes of the game. That was really disappointing because we had prep for some of the stuff they were going to do and we didn't execute. So hopefully we can come out of the gate, you know, play solid defense, stay in front of our man, share the ball on offense, get it reversed a couple of times, you know, make them switch a few things, try to hunt some advantages, and then, you know, hopefully score some buckets.
Take a look at the first meeting. What needs to change from your perspective to the second meeting here against the Mustangs, AP?
We need to make our open shots, and that includes layups and free throws. If we would have made layups and free throws against them the first time, we would have won going away. And, you know, to their credit, they guarded us really hard. But they were smart. They followed the right guys, and, you know, it kept them in the game, and we had a barn burner. So we got to make our free throws, make our layups, and not settle for bad shots.
Adam Paulesky, head coach of the Packers, taking a look at one of your guys in terms of Wyatt Knutson, the 6'5" sophomore forward. Just how have you seen him, you know, physically mature on and off the floor so far this season? Yeah,
he's been with us since an 8th grader, so you think of him as a senior sometimes. You forget he's still only a sophomore, and it's hard being the guy now. He went from a backup who would bring some energy in a game, and now he's the starter at the post spot, and it's just a little more responsibility, which he's getting used to. We have to hit fast forward, and we need to get him used to that even more so. Give him a little bit bigger role in the offense and make sure he's aggressive on defense. And, you know, he's doing a really good job. He gets beat on a lot down low, and because he's so big, they don't call it, which I don't know why that's the case. A foul is a foul, but, you know, have him make some free throws, get some layups regardless of contact, and should go well.
Final thing for you, just obviously I know a lot of people want to talk about Cheyenne, West Fargo, the rivalry, you sprinkle in Horace now, but what do you just think of a Tim Brandt from a Coach Kirchhoffner to him taking over to where it is now under his tutelage here? What is the rivalry like now with Coach Brandt and you guys now having enough against each other going back and forth here, AP?
Tommy was and is a really good friend of mine, and so is Tim. So it's fun coaching against your friends. The one thing that hasn't changed, and they run good stuff. They run good stuff that gets some good looks, and it just comes down to, in these kind of games, which team executes better. So that's it.
AP, is always good to see you. Best of luck here tonight.
Thanks, Chase.
Adam Paulesky, head coach of the Packers. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. We'll continue with more after this on the pregame show.
If you're dreaming of a new home or looking to refinance, get in touch with First Class Mortgage. They make the process simple, fast, and local. Their team knows the Red River Valley, and they're here to help you with the right loan, with the best rate, and personal service every step of the way. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or anything in between, choose First Class Mortgage, where your story begins. Visit firstclasscorp.com or stop by the office in Fargo.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes Tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
Youth basketball is back, and it's time to play for a purpose. The Grover Athletic Club Winter Classic tips off February 28th and March 1st at Oak Grove Lutheran School in Fargo. Every team gets 3 full-court games guaranteed, with great competition and later start times for out-of-town teams. Best of all, your team helps support Grover Athletics, funding equipment and opportunities for student-athletes across all sports. Sign your team up today at groverathletic.club.com.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Those interviews brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Go to the man that can cover your can and wants a shot at your business at DJ Coulter Agency. Your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance agency at DJCoulter.com. As we get you ready for the starting lineup, Sam, the opening tip, the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs head coach is Tim Brandt, averaging 73 points per game defensively, giving up 70 points per contest here for the Mustangs. The Mustangs in their road black attire here tonight with the orange numerals outlined in blue here for Tim Brandt at 8-7 and 7-3 here in conference play. Well, for the West Fargo Packers, head coach is Adam Paulesky with a mark of 10-5 on the season and 9-2 in the conference, averaging 85 points per game and defensively giving up 76 points per contest. Girls game from earlier tonight, Sheyenne defeated the West Fargo Packer girls 71-43. In this series, West Fargo beat Sheyenne 89-87 in overtime back on January the 6th at Sheyenne. Last year they split during the regular season. As they go through the announcement of the cheerleaders, we'll get you ready for the announcement of the starting lineups here in a moment as well with Sheyenne and alongside the West Fargo Packers. As Sheyenne 1-1 in their last 2 games with a loss to Moorhead, a win to Shanley. While for the West Fargo Packers, their 7-game winning streak was snapped at the hands of Horace, 98-89 back on Tuesday. It was the most points that the Packers have given up in a game here this season. As now we get you ready for the starting 5 for both teams here today in this one. For Sheyenne, again, head coach is Tim Brandt, as they will go like this. In the backcourt, a 5'11 junior guard is C.J. Smith. Smith averaging 9 points per contest and alongside with 3 rebounds. Smith has 28 threes on the season for C.J. Smith. Max Zinker, the 5'10 junior guard, at 3 points and 2 rebounds here for Zinker. You have Kyson Keller, the 6'6 junior, at under 15 points and just about 7 rebounds per game here for the junior. Kason Bernstein, the senior forward, 9 points and 6 rebounds. And Tanner Krejcia, the 6'6 junior forward. Again, Smith, Zinker, Keller, Bernstein, and Krejcia. West Fargo Sheyenne under the guidance of head coach Tim Brandt with a mark of 8-7 on the season. As we turn our attention now towards the Packers of West Fargo, head coach is Adam Paulesky, averaging 85 points per game defensively, giving up 73 points per contest. As Adam Paulesky's club will go like this here for the starting 5 for the West Fargo Packers, looking to pick up their 11th win of the season. In the backcourt, a 5'9 senior guard is Aiden Samick. Samick averaging 21 points per game and 3 rebounds. So the 5'9 senior forward, and has 44 three-pointers on the season for Samick. Hawkins Seymour, the 6'2 senior forward, 5 points and 5 rebounds per game, with Beckett Fowl, the 6'2 senior, averaging 18 points and 6 rebounds here for Foul. Sam Glant, the 6'2 senior guard, averaging 7 points and 4 boards, and Wyatt Knutson, the 6'5 sophomore forward, at 9 points and 6 rebounds. Again, Samick, Seymour, Foul, Glant, and Knutson here for the West Fargo Packers under the guidance of head coach Adam Paulesky in their white uniforms with the green numerals outlined here in a little silver and black here for the West Fargo Packers. That does it for our starting lineups as we get you ready for the opening tip. 2 18-minute halves with a 30-second shot clock as it's back to another little rivalry to welcome you here into the weekend on YourLiveEvent.com here for the first weekend of February. Postseason will be upon us. Tomorrow we got girls wrestling at Fargo South for EDC girls duels. From there, we'll also get to a couple of Class B regionals in Napoleon and Walhalla, so stay tuned for that. We'll have Minnesota girls hockey section semifinals, 8A and East Grand Forks, a fun time of the year. Knutson in the circle against Keller. Let's get to a good old-fashioned rivalry here between the Packers and the Mustangs. Opening tip right on schedule at 7:30, and it'll be won here by Aiden Samick. Ball will come near side as Samick will handle this one. Cheyenne going to pressure early on with a little man press. Right-handed side goes Seymour. Right wing to Samick. He's going to get walled off. Good D here by the Mustangs. And Zinker. Pass goes through the paint, and it's off going to be a hand of Wyatt Knutson. Turnover here for West Fargo. And Cheyenne will handle basketball and see a man pressure defense look as well. Zinker front court to Keller left-handed side as they give this one now to Krejcia. Krejcia back up top to Zinker. Zinker taking a little rub screen here, making his way inside, and there's going to be a turnover. Samick goes to the other side of the floor, goes right to the paint, and good hustle back defensively by C.J. Smith to knock it out of his hands, and it will remain Packer basketball. Here's West Fargo to inbound it here with Beckett Foul. Foul 56% from the floor shooting here this season. Looking for the inbound. Samick slips through the screen, able to get it back as Beckett here. Knutson posting up as Foul's pass is going to go out of bounds and into the Cheyenne bench. Turnover number 2 here early on for the West Fargo Packers. As for West Fargo, club trying to get to 10-2 in conference play. Cheyenne trying to improve to 8-3 with the win here. They would be a half game behind West Fargo in the conference standings with a W here tonight. Right-handed side goes Zinker. Zinker right wing looking for the first field goal of the game. Three-pointer is going to go long by Keller. Rebound one to Beckett Foul. That's his first. Foul front court here at the right wing. Gives it now to Glant up top. Able to reverse it left-handed side to Samick. Samick with the basketball taking the rub screen by Knutson. On the pick and roll off the window. Good for 2. Right, Knutson gets in the scoring column. A nice little pick and roll. Quickly goes Bernstein the other side. Good pass on the interior. Shot no by Keller. Rebound by Knutson. And they want to run up the near sideline. On top of the key. Here's the 3. Beckett. Bucket. Beckett Foul with the three-pointer. His 23rd of the season. And the Packers are up by 5. Krejcia left-handed side guarded by Glant. Able to spin. Gets walled off there by Glant. Left of the key now goes to Bernstein. As Bernstein will see it here as he dribble enters to the right-handed side. 15 seconds on the shot clock to Keller. Keller taking the screen. Pick and roll on the interior. And there's going to be a foul. Bernstein will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's a 54% free throw shooter on the season for the senior. The foul will be assessed on Beckett Foul, his first and the team's first in this first half of play. Bernstein to the free throw line, the lefty, able to get the Mustangs on the board for the first time here tonight. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for the senior forward. Trying to make this a one-score game early on, and this one is going to go long. Rebound one here to Beckett. That's his second. Foul quickly sprinting up the floor. Finds it to Glant. Glant saves it, but it's going to be a turnover as it goes right to Krejcia. Krejcia up the other side of the floor looking for Smith. Extra fine left and inside Bernstein. Bernstein goes behind the back. Looks for a teammate. Finds one to Keller. Keller top of the key. Gets by Knutson to the paint. Finger roll layup up and in. Keller with the field goal here. The Mustangs are back within one possession. 2 minutes passed here in the first half. Glant front court gives us on the way to Aiden Samick. Left and inside now to Seymour. Knutson right to the key, running the offense. Now to Glant. Glant will see this back to Beckett. Foul, rising, shooting, and scoring. Beckett Foul with his second three-pointer of the half as the Packers lead it by 5. Bernstein will see this one to Zinker. Zinker at the left wing, taking a couple hard dribbles, attacks the paint, kick to the right-handed side of Krejcia. Back up top as they're looking to reverse it to Smith, and he'll get the ball in the Packer emblem. Right wing to Zinker here, able to skip it to Keller. Keller takes a couple of dribbles. There comes the double. Extra pass to Smith. Right pocket three for the answer. Yes. C.J. Smith with his 29th three-pointer of the season, and the Mustangs are back within two. Glant, top of the key, takes a couple of dribbles on the sweep to Samick. Samick from 21 feet. Oh, it's raining threes. Samick with the triple, his 45th of the season, and the Packers are back up by 5. 11-6, 3 minutes in. Here in the first half, EDC boys basketball tonight. Chase Miller, Matty Ekron with you on a Friday. Keller, stop, pop, and drop. Keller's got 4 as he hits that one for the free throw line. The Packers will utilize it now to foul. Foul making his way to the 10, off the window, no. The putback, but a goaltend on Knutson as the ball was still hanging on the rim as a 6'5" sophomore was trying to give it a little smooch on a Friday night to go over the cylinder. As we'll see our first substitution for both teams of the game. Cole Martin, the 6-foot freshman guard, will check in here for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, trailing it by 3 at the 14:28 mark. Able to see this one left-handed side for the Mustangs. Tanner Krejcia will give it up top to the aforementioned Martin from the parking lot. This one will rim rattle and roll on out. It's a loose ball. Keller gets it. Extra find to Smith. Right wing three, in and out, no good. And a loose ball here for Booth. Stephen Booth, the 6'8" sophomore forward, newly inserted here for the Packers, alongside with Scoville. Ball gets swung around to Beckett. Foul. Foul makes his way right-hand side to Scoville on the baseline. Scoville looking for Samick, who's posting up on the block. Bounce pass goes there. Samick able to spin inside the paint. Step through off the window. Tough shot, able to finish. Samick now with 5. Packers lead it by 5. Martin takes the screen, leaves it right-handed side here for Cheyenne, able to work the basketball as they see this with Keller. Keller right wing, now to Smith, up and over the pass to Kaysen. Bernstein gets walled off, able to spin, and Booth gets a block. Booth going the other side of the floor. Again, it's 6'8", but this will be a turnover, and count it. Hanging in the weeds is C.J. Smith for the end one. Booth was able to get the loose ball, but then looking for Samick, and Smith was just hanging in the weeds, and foul will be assessed on West Fargo. They're second to the contest. Foul coming on the aforementioned Samick, his first. Zinker, and alongside with Cole Martin, you got Wyatt Zimney, the 6'7" senior forward, newly inserted, with Krejcia here as well for Cheyenne. Smith, 8 of 12 from the free throw line here this season, and makes the free throw attempt. He's got 6. Mustangs back within a possession here. Nearly 5 minutes into this contest, kind of what you expect when these two teams play. Going to be a tight one. Beckett foul, drive kick, Scoville. Scoville sees the dribble back to Booth, and this will be an over and back unless it was deflected, and this one will be out of bounds and will make its way towards Cheyenne. 4th turnover of the game early on here for the Packers. If there's one bugaboo, that would be it early in this game, as Sam Glant will check in for Hawkins Seymour. Both teams have played 7 players so far early on in half number 1. Good-looking crowd on a Friday night for this rivalry game. Is this a slip pass on the interior? Able to spin is Krejcia off the window, no. Loose ball. Krejcia gets the steal, and a pickpocket one at that. Making another turnover after Beckett Fowl was able to handle the rebound. Booth will see this up top. We're tied at 13. Going between. Make that behind the back, and there's a foul. Beckett Fowl to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for the Packers. Smith with the foul, his first, team's first. We're tied at 13. Beckett went behind the back and will get rewarded with 2 free throws. Foul free throw attempt number 1 is up and in. Now 34 of 47 from the free throw line this season here for Beckett. Knutson will check in for Booth. Packers regain the advantage here at 1. As Fowl hits the second. Leader in the clubhouse in scoring early on for Beckett Fowl with 8 points here for West Fargo. Max Zinker goes behind the back. Knutson able to hedge. This one thrown right at his shin. And look at the sprawn attempt by Scoville, able to get down on the floor. Foul right-handed side. Hesitation makes his way. Wraparound pass to Glant. Extra fine Scoville. Scoville 2 dribbles to the paint. Off the window for 2. That was pretty. Owen Scoville able to dribble right to the paint. Pick and roll here for Cheyenne. Trying to make their way for the left-handed side. Wyatt, three-pointer attempt goes long as Aiden Samick gets the loose ball. Ball screen coming by Knutson. Pick and roll to Knutson. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. Wyatt Knutson now with 4. It's a 4-point contest. Zimney, right-handed side, guarded by Knutson. Wyatt gives it back up top, now to Zinker. Zinker taking the screen here. Foul able to hedge over it. Tough shot from the baseline is long, but no one boxed out wide on the inside. Kick to the left wing. 3 is up, no. Loose ball going to be won by Wyatt Knutson. Packers quickly want to run in transition. They give it to Glant from the left pocket. Rainbow 3 is short. Rebound to Zinker. They push it up the floor. Here goes Martin. Martin off the window. Good for 2 and count it. Cole Martin with the end one. Foul assessed here on West Fargo. That'll be a costly one. Aiden Samick picks up his second and the team's third as the Mustangs get an and one opportunity at the free throw line here for Cheyenne. As the bucket will count here for the Mustangs. As Brennan Gable, the 6'1 senior, checking in for the first time tonight. Bernstein as well on the block here for the Mustangs. Martin free throw up and in. Mustangs back within a possession right now as the Packers bring it up the floor. Right-handed side with it to Scoville. Scoville left to the key. We'll see it to Rizvit, newly inserted. Nice little slip pass to Scoville. Bounce pass to Knutson. Extra fine as they work it around to Beckett. Foul right to the key. 3. It swirls it in out. Rebound here to Keller, his second. Keller wants to push in transition as he does. Ankle cross left to right. He gets walled off back up top as the Mustangs drive kick left wing to Gable. Gable looking to spin and turn down Glant as they give it now to Zinker. Zinker leaves it. Gable on the inside, able to spin his way. Glant, good defense as they're going to almost get the steal. The Mustangs somehow finish for 2. Bernstein through 3 white jerseys finishes for the bucket. Glant takes the screen. Knutson the other side, and right now it's a pick and roll game for the Packers as they will head to the free throw line as Knutson will shoot, or will they say it's on the floor? This will be on the floor. Foul on Bernstein, his first and the team's second with 10:42 left to play in the opening half. West Fargo Packers up by 1 as there is a substitution that'll check in here to the game for West Fargo as Brackens will check in. The 5'10 junior guard as Brackens will now inbound the basketball to Knutson, right-handed side. West Fargo will see this Knutson trying to get it. Here goes Brackens. He lost it for a second. It's still on the deck, and we'll get the jump ball, and the arrow will make its way towards West Fargo Cheyenne. West Fargo got out on a little 5-0 run to start the game. Cheyenne came storming back. Able to tie it up at 13 apiece. As we'll see Hawkins Seymour able to return here for Rizvit. The senior guard has played 6 games so far here this season for the Packers. Front court for Cheyenne as Max Zinker leaves it left and inside to Gable as they work it back up top with the basketball to Keller. Keller, couple of dribbles here, goes between the legs, top of the key. Good hedge here by the Packers, and throwing this one away will be Keller. Turnover number 3 for West Fargo Cheyenne. Packers, quick turnaround. They'll make their way to Minnesota with a date with the Fergus Falls Otters tomorrow afternoon. Brackens, little jitterbug move, goes between the legs, gets stopped. Brackens then spins, and it will be a turnover out of bounds here for West Fargo. Well, Cheyenne, they're back in action on Tuesday, able to enjoy the rest of the weekend in terms of game action. And the Mustangs will host Red River at Cheyenne on Tuesday night here for Tim Brandt. Mustangs right-handed side to Cole Martin. Back up top as they give it to Bernstein, able to reverse it. Good little screen on the inside as the shot by Gable comes up short. Brackens will leave it right wing. Here's a Scoville 3. This one will swirl out, but look at Glant get the rebound, but then it goes right to Martin here. And it's for Cheyenne. They'll see this one to Martin. Martin trying to get by Knutson. Right inside to Gable. Gable looks for a teammate, finds it now to Keller. Keller taking the screen. Zinker near side to Bernstein. Bernstein with 10 on the shot clock. Bernstein, couple of dribbles, trying to get by. Knutson makes his way, and there's a foul. This could be on the reach of Glant. It'll be on the pass, so it'll be on the floor. Foul on Glant, his first, team's fourth. Substitution into the contest as Aiden Simic, the 6'1 senior, will check in alongside with Rory Sanger, the 6'2 senior. For the West Fargo Packers, well, for the Cheyenne Mustangs, they will inbound the basketball here with Keller on the baseline. Keller able to get it into C.J. Smith. Smith right wing back to the right-handed side. As this one will go out of bounds, it'll be last touch off of who, and it'll be off the shoe of Keller. Turnover for Cheyenne. That'll be their fourth. 9:14 to play here in the opening half. Game that got underway 14 minutes ago here at West Fargo. Making their way in the front court, couple of dribbles, foul, wraparound pass to Knutson off the window for two. Why, Knutson's got 6. Nice pass by Beckett, foul to get the assist. They leave it left and inside. Zanker, left wing, little flex. As this one goes loose and able to save it is West Fargo. Good job by Sanger on the baseline to keep his possession. Right-handed side to Simic. Simic with it. Looking for a teammate as they're able to wrap it around. Working its way up top to Sanger. Back to the right wing to Beckett. Beckett, couple of dribbles, goes between the legs. Beckett, baseline, working with it, left wing, as they give it back up top to Simic. Simic with the floater, shot is up short off the iron. It'll be last touch, they'll say, here off Cheyenne, as Knutson will check in for Booth. While for Cheyenne, they're going to get the substitution as Wyatt Zimney, the 6'7 senior, will check in. Also able to see Bernstein stay on the floor here for the Mustangs. Packers inbound to the right wing to Sanger. Booth asking for it on the inside as they're able to work it around left-handed side now to Sanger. Sanger jumper shot, no. Loose ball eventually going to come up here to Simic. Simic inside the paint gets the shooter's roll to go. Aiden Simic will get that one to go back up. Mustangs trailing it by 5. Zanker takes the screen up top now to Smith. Smith will see it here. Both teams have played man defense throughout. Bounce pass to Bernstein. No help. Bernstein with the skip near side of Zanker. Nice shovel pass to Krejci on the interior. Right of the key. Three-pointer for Smith is up short. Rebound will be off a foul. Good job by Zanker being scrappy for it on the interior. And they'll get another possession for the Mustangs. Mustangs to inbound the basketball here on the baseline as they'll see it with Zanker. Max, I'm going to get this one in, does, finds it to C.J. Smith. As Smith nearly was over and back, left and inside to Bernstein. Bernstein with 23 seconds on the shot clock, taking a couple of dribbles. Gets rolled off by foul. Left wing, here's a three, is up, that'll go long. Rebound to the Packers. West Fargo is Sanger, front court. Booth asking for it, but that's going to be an offensive foul here on Stephen Booth. Booth with the foul, his first, the team's 5th. As Booth takes a look back to the coaching staff, and they said, the second part that you did asking for it is the correct. The first thing is you kind of almost boxed out beforehand and kind of wrapped around your arms around the defender. That's the reason why I got the call offensively. Cheyenne with it, taking the screen. Cole Martin using up that dribble right-handed side as this one goes to Krejci. Krejci at the free throw line, gets inside the paint. Turnaround jumper is going to go short. Rebound here on the interior to Wyatt Zimney looking to spin, and a foul on the floor. Final one to give for West Fargo before it's the bonus, as the foul will be assessed to Hawkins Seymour, his first and the team's 6th. Cheyenne with Kyson Keller coming back in, while for the Packers, Aiden Samick will check into the game here for West Fargo. Packers led by the Ada Beckett foul, while so far Cheyenne led by the 6 points of C.J. Smith. Ball gets inbounded to the aforementioned Smith, tiptoes the sideline, turnover. Beckett waiting in the weeds for that one. Outlet to Samick, now to Simic, left wing, he'll rise, he'll shoot the threes long. Rebound on the interior to Seymour. Hawken, now to Samick. Samick to the paint, through the hands of Booth. Booth able to get on the deck, but it's a turnover. That's why Knutson will check in for Booth here, as the Packers will sub a big for a big with 6:48 left to play in the first half. West Fargo up by 5 here tonight for EDC boys basketball. Started the game first 3 to 4 minutes, high flying back and forth since then. Maybe a little sloppy for these two teams from the coaching staff perspective with some turnovers. As this one will go out of bounds and right on cue, 7 turnover for Cheyenne. You have 8 so far here for the West Fargo Packers. but not for lack of hustle between these two teams. A little full court pressure defense. Beckett foul, front court. Samick will handle this one now, top of the key near sideline to Simic. Simic right of the key will give it back up top to Knutson. Left wing, Samick will rise. The three-pointer goes long. Rebound won by Knutson. Knutson throws it up off the window and in. Wyatt Knutson with 8 points and 3 rebounds for the sophomore. C.J. Smith and the Mustangs down by 3 possessions, looking for an answer field goal here. Smith inside the paint, little double comes back up top here to Zimney as they work with it now to Krejci. Krejci reverse it right wing to Smith to the baseline. Right pocket 3 is up. That'll go long after the attempt by Martin. Loose ball goes to Simic. Simic will see it now as the Mustangs get back well defensively. Beckett foul, right of the key. Crossing over to the paint, that opens up foul. We'll see a late whistle. Beckett to the free throw line to shoot 2. As Martin picks up the foul, his first. Free throws on the way here for Beckett. 2 free throw attempts so far in the game for Beckett foul and the West Fargo Packers. This will be free throw attempt number 3 and 4, and Beckett hits another one. He's got 9. As Gable checks back in for Cheyenne, while for West Fargo, Sam Glant able to return for the Packers. Free throw on the way here for Beckett. Trying to get to double digits tonight with a made free throw attempt and foul, able to do so. Perfect 4-4 from the free throw line here for Beckett. Packers lead it by 9. Their largest lead of the game as it stands right now. Just over 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Wraparound pass goes Keller, left wing, rainbow 3, that's long. Rebound 1 to C.J. Smith, an extra attempt for Martin, and that's good. Cole Martin with the 3, his 22nd of the season, and the Mustangs got 6 points from Cole, and they're back within 6. Foul will see this one now to Seymour. Samick at the free throw line to Knutson. Sam Glant will take the rub screen back to Samick. Samick, couple of dribbles to the left block. Good help here by Cheyenne. Active hands defensively. Samick wraparound pass to Knutson to the baseline. Couple of dribbles to Beckett. Foul will see this one on the interior, and it's a turnover as the Mustangs want to giddy up and go the other side of the floor. The two-handed jam is blocked with it. Gable put back up and in. Trying to get the jam there was Kyson Keller. It was either blocked or hit the back of the rim. Regardless, good job by Gable to keep playing for the loose ball. Glant, right wing, will see it now to Seymour. Samick will rise. The 3 off the side of the rim, no good. It will go out of bounds. And the Mustangs with a chance to make it a one-possession game with 4:27 to play here in the first half. West Fargo with Owen Scoville will check in, while for the Mustangs, Bernstein will come into the game here for Cheyenne. Well, that would have been a poster dunk on ESPN if Keller was able to finish that one home, but just shows you the athleticism from these teams when you can get the ball in transition and get right to the rack. Able to skip it goes Keller. Keller gets walled off, left wing, three-pointer coming by Martin, off the rim, no. Rebound loose underneath and taking it away. There's Beckett foul. Beckett, right wing, nice little give and go on the interior with the wraparound reversal, can't finish. Keller gets the loose ball. Quickly, other side of the floor goes Smith. Smith of the right wing. Thought about a 3 now to Keller. Left-handed side back to Martin. Martin sees this one here for the Mustangs. To Smith, who calls out the offense. Near side, Martin. Bounce pass. Bernstein. Bernstein able to spin inside the paint, and there's a foul. Bernstein to the line to shoot 2. So far for Cheyenne, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe here as a team. As a foul will be assessed to Wyatt Knutson, his first. Free throw attempt on the way for Bernstein, the 6'7 senior, as he will hit the first. Substitution as Booth will check in alongside with Zinker here. Smith and Knutson will retire to the bench. Take a little breather. Free throw attempts number 2 on the way here for Bernstein is good. Bernstein's got 5, and the Packers see that lead trimmed to 2. Right wing, Beckett foul will handle the basketball here at the top, taking the ball screen. As they see this with it on the interior goes Booth. Booth off the window, no. It's going to be loose, and a foul will be assessed here to Cheyenne. Foul comes across on Zinker, his first, the team's fourth. And we'll get a substitution into the game as Brackens will check in. As West Fargo will inbound the basketball here with foul. Beckett will see this as this ball is going to get hit and out of bounds, and the Packers will handle it one more time. Foul. Inbounds it to Scoville. Scoville taking a couple of dribbles inside the paint. Shot is up from 7. No rebound, though, for Scoville. Put back and can't get it to go. Loose ball underneath, and then there's a foul. Good job by Kaysen Bernstein to get the rebound. He'll go the other side and shoot the 1-and-1. As a foul will be assessed here to the Packers. That's their 8th. As Brackens picks up the foul, his first so far for West Fargo. 2 on Samick, everybody else with 1 or none. And for Cheyenne, only got players with 1 foul or 0 so far in the first half. As Bernstein will shoot the 1-and-1. Free throw attempt is up and in. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Kaysen. As the Mustangs trying to see if they can tie this one up at 27 apiece. Free throw attempt on the second is good. And Bernstein makes the most of his free throw attempts so far. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Brackens with the basketball, drives. Uses up that dribble looking for Beckett. Foul, able to spin to Scoville. Scoville up top. Seymour back to Foul. Foul at the left wing, goes between the legs, now to Booth. Booth on the reversal to Scoville. Scoville with 8 seconds, drive kick, left wing. Seymour, left pocket 3 is going to be an air ball. Rebound to Bernstein, outlet up the other side of the floor. Here goes Gable. Gable looking to spin, and this will be a foul or a jump. They're going to call it a jump as he spun into Seymour. Got his hands on the basketball there, and the arrow will make its way towards West Fargo. Risvit will check into the game now for the West Fargo Packers. As for West Fargo, Beckett foul. Front court will leave it left-handed side on the weave to Risvit. Booth will give and go right wing. Packers able to find this one to Scoville. Scoville probing. As Risvit takes a hard couple of dribbles. Nice bounce pass across to Booth, up and in for 2. Booth with points off the bench here for the Packers as they lead it by 2. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Good hand defensively by Risvit as it will stay Mustang basketball. Zinker leaves it left-handed side with it. Goes Keller. Keller back to Gable here. Looking for the reversal as this one goes back up top. They hedge. Keller uses up the dribble. Zinker with 7 seconds to Keller. Keller crossing over at the free throw line. Right wing. Here's a 3 by Zinker's up. That's off the iron. Loose ball, 1 by Gable. Gable's got 2 guys draped around him, and Seymour will pick up the foul. Hawken had his arm, and that'll be his second. And we'll see the bonus. This will be they'll make one to get one here for Gable. Gable 7 of 12 from the free throw line. As we'll get a couple of substitutions as Knutson and Aiden Simic will check in here for the Packers. Well, C.J. Smith able to return here for Cheyenne. Free throw opportunity on the way for Gable. Free throw is up, and that's good. Gable, free throw attempt number 2 upcoming. Averages just under 5 points per game here for Coach Brandt and the Mustangs this season off the bench. Free throw attempt number 2 is also good. So Gable goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Krejcia will check in now. The Mustangs and the Packers tied yet again, this time here at 29. 13, 27, and 29. And a bingo game. That's been when we've been tied so far here in the first half as Simic front court. Right wingers are able to move this basketball around on this little weave to foul up top to Knutson on the give and go. Foul at the high post to the paint, and there's a block shot by the Mustangs here for Bernstein. His number 11 blocks, number 11. West Fargo inbounds it. Beckett Fowl will see this one come through. Bounce pass. Scoville then will trip, and that will be a turnover here for the Packers. It'll be their 10th. Good inbounds play. You able to pick, have the guy come through the baseline and slip it towards the paint. And just unfortunate there for the Packers that Scoville couldn't keep his balance. Otherwise, they would have had a potential wide open layup. Here's a little back cut, and the Cheyenne Mustangs will give it right back. 18 combined turnovers between the two teams so far here in the opening half. As West Fargo far side with Simic. Simic right wing to Beckett, foul to the baseline as West Fargo will see it now to Knutson. Knutson gives it back up top to Scoville. Scoville, a couple hard dribbles to the paint. Off the window, she can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Krejcia. Smith the other side of the floor. Smith goes behind the back with it near side as this one goes to Keller to the baseline. Here's a three-pointer up and off the mark, no good by Bernstein. Then we'll see a foul. Krejcia picks up the foul, his first, team's 5th, after the rebound by Scoville. And West Fargo with the basketball as both teams right now just unable to put the ball in the cylinder. For West Fargo, they've scored just 2 points in the last nearly 5 minutes of game action. And then the comparison for the Mustangs, they've scored 11. It was 27-18 at the 5:35 mark. Give credit to Cheyenne, they muscled back, but the West Fargo Packers missing some shots in the paint right now, something that Adam Paulesky said happened to him in the first game that they just can't have afford to happen again in the second game. As Fowl sees a block shot one more time by Bernstein, as it will stay Packer basketball. Samick to inbound it here for the Packers is checking in for Rizvet. Fowl to inbound it on the baseline here for West Fargo. They come through the screen, left and inside, 7 seconds now to Samick. Samick inside the paint. This one will be a player control foul, or are they going to call it against Cheyenne? I think this one is going to be a block as Samick hits the deck hard. Foul assessed here on Cheyenne with Bernstein. That'll be his second, team 6. It will be in the act of shooting, however, as Samick, a 92% free throw shooter on the season, will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Waiting for one side and the other to kind of get going here in terms of a quick little scoring flurry to end the half, but it has not completely happened, so we still have a 29-all game as Samick to the free throw line. Free throw attempt is up and good now. 82 of 89 on the season for Samick at the stripe. Now Cheyenne will make a substitution here as Cole Martin able to return back into the game. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way. As this one is up and in. Samick will check out, Rizvet will check in. Cheyenne can take the final shot of the half. Packers with a little full court pressure defense. Mustangs to Smith. Knutson goes up. Smith on the baseline. Shot is up and in. C.J. Smith now with 8. Tied at 31. Packers, though, quickly able to feed the big man that runs and wide, Knutson, and a timeout here for Adam Paulesky. 10.3 left to play in the half. We'll break with them. Packers lead it by 2.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. 11.1 seconds remaining here in the first half. West Fargo with their first timeout of the game. And for Adam Paulesky, just making sure they got the defense set after a quick made field goal for West Fargo was immediately made again by West Fargo Cheyenne. As the Mustangs will see this one here with Zinker. Zinker on the inbounds, taking a couple of dribbles. Here comes a double up and over on the pass. They give it back up top as that'll go to Martin. Martin to the paint, high off the window shot, no. Rebound, putback is up and in to beat the horn, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. A Krejcia putback ties this one up at 33 apiece as we go to the halftime show. Brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, as we're tied at 33 as we make our way to our intermission.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we continue here on our halftime show, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage, more than their company name, it's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Chase Miller, Matty Ekron with you here tonight, tied at 33 apiece as we take a look at the first half numbers. For Cheyenne, 6 players in the scoring column. They're 9 of 10 from the line. 2 threes, 15 rebounds with 8 first-half turnovers. West Fargo has 6 players in the scoring column, 6 of 6 from the line. They've hit 3 threes, 17 rebounds to 10 first-half turnovers. Individually, the Mustangs led by the 8 points of C.J. Smith. One made 3. He's 1 of 1 from the stripe. Smith with 8. From there, you have 6 points for Cole Martin, who's made a 3. 4 points for Brennan Gable off the bench. You got 4 points for Kyson Keller, 4 for Krejcia, and then Keeson Bernstein has 7 points, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Again, Smith with 7, Smith with 8, and Bernstein with 7 so far here for the Mustangs. Well, for the West Fargo Packers, Beckett Fowl has 10 points, 4 rebounds, and he's 4 of 4 from the stripe. Beckett Fowl with 10, the lone player in double digits outside of Wyatt Knutson, who's got 10 points and 3 rebounds as well for West Fargo. 7 points for Aiden Samick, who's 2 of 2 from the stripe. 2 points for Simic, 2 points for Scoville, and 2 points for Stephen Booth. Again, the Packers led by the 10 of Beckett Fowl and the 10 points of Wyatt Knutson. Tied at 13, 27, 29, 31, and 33. The first time these two teams played, it was West Fargo to win by 2 in overtime. Largest lead of the game by 9 for West Fargo in the first half. Tied at 33. We'll continue with more after this on our First Class Mortgage halftime show.
West Main Pizza is serving you from Ada and the Rail District location in Dilworth. The tradition of West Main Pizza continues. Pizza, calzones, wings, subs, salads, and more. Lunch, dinner, family meals, and business meeting orders. When you're in town or driving through, visit West Main Pizza. For daily specials, visit West Main Pizza Ada and Rail District Dilworth Facebook pages. Order by phone or westmainpizza.net. Both locations open daily at 11 a.m., serving the delicious West Main Pizza menu items you enjoy. West Main Pizza, Ada and the Rail District Dilworth.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
If you're thinking about updating your bathroom or kitchen, don't wait until the last minute. Planning is key. At Ada Building Center LLC on Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, you can check out the brand new displays with the latest in cabinets, countertops, and floor coverings. The Ada Building Center LLC team will guide you through designs and help you secure trusted contractors for the job. Stop today and start planning your remodel. 218-784-3661 or visit adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
At the half, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes time to understand your financial situation. Get in touch with Greg, Dan, Don, and the crew at First Class Mortgage on 13th Avenue, 25th Street in Fargo, or simply go to firstclasscorp.com. Then again, it's firstclasscorp.com. For Cheyenne after tonight, back in action on Tuesday at home, hosting Red River, then making their way to Central a week from tonight, going up against the Knights in Grand Forks. While for West Fargo, they'll make their way tomorrow to Fergus Falls, a 2 o'clock opening tip against the Otters here for the West Fargo Packers tomorrow afternoon. Then on Tuesday, they'll host the Deacons of Shanley here on Tuesday. That'll be a boys and girls basketball doubleheader here at West Fargo. Cheyenne again led by the 8 points of C.J. Smith. He's got a made three. Casson Bernstein has 7 points, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, while Beckett Fowl has 10 points. He's got 2 threes, and Wyatt Knutson with 10 points as well and 3 rebounds. Again, that does it for a halftime show, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. West Fargo trying to complete the season sweep here tonight of West Fargo Cheyenne, while the Mustangs looking to split as what they did last year in the regular season when these two teams met last season. It's the Packers and the Mustangs, a little rivalry night to get you into the weekend. We're back with second half action after this from West Fargo.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com with the West Fargo Packers and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs here from West Fargo High School as we welcome you to the first weekend of the month of February here. February Frenzy, as I like to call it here in prep sports. It's a very fun time as we get you ready for the second half of play as this one continues on YourLiveEvent.com as we get you ready for the second half. As we make our way here to the next 18 minutes as West Fargo will come out man pressure defense. Good hands by Knutson after they're trying to get it inside to Bernstein. As this one will be on the baseline here for Keller to inbound the basketball. Keller will see this one. With it now to Smith. CJ will wrap it around left-handed side to Bernstein. Bernstein taking a couple hard dribbles and Knutson returns it back to sender. Knutson with the 6'5" sophomore forward with the block shot as they will work with this one on the baseline for the Mustangs. Smith left wing. We'll see this one to Bernstein. Coming up top is going to be Keller. Keller with a couple of dribbles, able to make their way. Partially blocked by Knutson one more time. Samick in the front court now for the Packers. Samick will see this one taking the screen. Finds it now to Glant. Glant gives it back up top as the Packers will set up the offense. And work with it. Back to Beckett foul. Foul at the right wing. We'll see this on the weave to Samick. Samick with 12 seconds on the shot clock to Knutson. Back to foul. Foul with 8 seconds to Samick. Samick, couple of dribbles, bounce pass inside on the slip to Knutson, up and in for two. Nice bounce pass there for the senior guard on the interior to Knutson, and the Packers lead it by 2. Up top as we're giving it to Bernstein. Bernstein will see it here at the right wing. Free throw line extended on the behind the back move. Gives it to Smith. Deep three is up. That'll go long and a board to Sam Glant. Glant with his second rebound of the contest. Glant up the floor, taking the screen, makes his way right-handed side to Seymour, now to Samick on the weave. Hands this one off to Beckett. Foul, good offense, results in a three-point opportunity. Rebound on the inside as Bernstein will pick up his third after the loose ball was awarded to Samick on the rebound, and the Packers will inbound it, and a quick substitution as Gable will check in. As we can make our way for the West Fargo Packers. As West Fargo to inbound with Beckett foul. Foul will leave it left, right-handed side. Three-pointer by Glant's going to go long. Rebound tipped down. Eventually Gable will come up with it. As Gable will make this way as they leave it right-hand side. Three-pointer by Zinker is going to go long. Loose ball eventually won here by Keller. Keller will see it on the interior as this one will make its way. And a foul assessed here to West Fargo. Seymour with the foul, his third, team's first. As we'll see Cheyenne to inbound the basketball here with Keller. And Keller, bounce pass on the interior. Here comes a double, good hedge there by Seymour. Turnover as it goes to Foul's hands. Back at the other side off the window. No putback here for Knutson, and there's a foul. Krejcia with the second foul. That'll be the team's second. And we'll see 2 free throws here for Wyatt Knutson. Knutson, 51% free throw shooter on the season. At the line to shoot 2 here for the Packers. The Packers in the first half, 6 free throws, and they went 6 for 6. Knutson trying to make it 7 for 7 and able to do so. Knutson now with the Baker's dozen in scoring here tonight as West Fargo with a little 3-0 run here out of the half. Free throw attempt number 2 for the sophomore forward is going to go short. Loose ball going to be won by the right arm of Krejcia. Up the near side, Zinker will see it. Right wing looking for Gable. Ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Knutson as will stay Mustang basketball. Cheyenne with C.J. Smith to inbound it here. Smith able to see this one to Zinker in the backcourt. Couple of dribbles. Wraparound pass goes right wing to Krejcia. Krejcia will see this one up top to Keller. Keller's in a drive, gets walled off. Krejcia, crow hop inside the paint, throws it up off the window. Got it to go. Tanner Krejcia now with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Mustangs back within 1. Knutson posted up on the interior. Samick will see this. Samick with the pass, and this one goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover here on West Fargo. 15:42 to play in this second half. Packers lead it by 1. EDC boys hoops tonight. West Fargo looking to get to 10-2 with the win in the conference, while Cheyenne looking to improve to 8-3 with the road victory here tonight. Zinker, Smith, left pocket, 3, book it. CJ Smith with his second 3 of the game, now in double digits with 11 and lead the floor here for Cheyenne. Then just a lazy turnover as the Mustangs will go to Smith. The other side off the window, no. The rebound by Gable gets batted out of bounds by Knutson, as it will stay Mustang basketball. Booth will check in alongside with Scoville, as you'll see Knutson in alongside Hawkins Seymour to check out of the game. As the Mustangs to inbound it here with Keller. Keller left and inside. Here's a 3, up and in. Max Zinker with the triple. And just like that, the Mustangs take a 5-point lead, their largest lead of the contest. Slam Glant, ankle cross, right-handed side to Samick. Back up top to Scoville, able to work it right wing as they give it back to Glant. Booth looking for a teammate, finds one here to Samick. Bounce pass inside to Booth. Booth over Gable, up and in for 2. Booth now with 4. Samick with the assist. Gable beats everybody down the floor. Able to save this one before it goes out of bounds, but then it's a turnover eventually as it goes into the Mustang bench. As Cheyenne will make a substitution. As coming in will be Cole Martin here in for number 5 in Keller, as the ball will get inbounded right in front of the Mustang bench with 14:35 to play here in the second half. Sam Glant walks it up the floor. Takes it to the right wing, free throw line extended. As Samick's pass, good hands by Martin, goes to foul. Beckett back to Samick, shot fake there. Samick to the paint, off the window, up and in. Aiden Samick now with 9. Quickly, near side to Smith. Smith will stop, pop, and drop in transition. CJ Smith with his third 3 of the contest. Mustangs lead by 4. Glant handles it in the front court. The Cheyenne faithful chanting defense. Ball will work its way for Glant, left wing to the baseline to Scoville. Scoville probing, uses up that dribble. Able to spin out of Samick. Samick left-handed side, able to drive on the interior. Here comes the help, and a foul will be underneath by Krejcia. And if that is on Krejcia, that will be on Zinker. That's big because Krejcia would have picked up his 3rd. So Max will pick up his 2nd. That'll be the team's 3rd of the second half. Fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Packers. Booth at the left wing. Back to Samick here. As West Fargo able to find it now to Glant. Glant looking for Booth. This one gets deflected right into a Scoville hand. Scoville, a couple hard dribbles, will attack and score. Oh, and Scoville's got 4, and the Packers back within 2. Smith to the near side to Zinker. Zinker ripping it through, and there's a foul on Beckett foul. Beckett with his team's second of the half. As we'll see a substitution as CJ Smith will check out. Keller will return to the floor here for the Mustangs. And Cheyenne will also make another substitution as Wyatt will check in. The 6'7" senior forward. And Zimney back into the game as we'll see Martin to inbound it on the near side. Martin gives it back to Keller. Keller, right-handed side. Martin will see this one. Booth able to hedge out front now to Gable. Left wing, they'll reverse it to Keller. A little pick across the paint. Gable back up top. Able to see this one. Here's a Krejcia 3. In and out, no good. Booth will sky for the loose ball as Booth quickly works it the other side of the floor. Little give and go. Booth, one dribble, drive kick. Glant right wing. Samick able to reverse it to Scoville. Interior to Booth. Booth will see it to the left baseline. 3 is up and in. Beckett foul with his 3rd three-pointer. He's got 13 on the night, and the Packers lead it by 1. Mustangs, little hesitation move here for Martin. Gives it back up top, Zimney. Zimney to Martin, near sideline. Here goes Keller. Bounce pass to Gable on the short corner. Gable spin his way inside the paint. Got Beckett foul to go up and count it. Oh, Gable with the end one. Spin, shoot, and score for the senior. And foul will pick up the foul, his 3rd and the team's 3rd in the second half. We'll get a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 12:28 left to play here in the second half. The Mustangs lead it by 1 with a Gable and 1 when we return.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision-making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Bavera. Let's forge ahead together.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Good move by Brennan Gable on the inside. Got Beckett foul enough up in the air to create the contact, and he was able to finish with the and one. He's got 6 points and a chance to make it 7 at the free throw line here for the Mustangs. So Gable to the line to shoot the good old-fashioned three-point play and see if the Mustangs can take a 2-point advantage here as Gable up and in. Mustangs have made the most from the stripe as they're 10 of 11. West Fargo, same in that category. They're 7 of 8 for West Fargo here in the contest from the stripe. Samick right wing, Booth posting up. Here comes the hedge as they give it now to Simic. Simic tiptoes the end line and then just ran out of real estate, and it's a turnover, the 12th here for West Fargo. Martin in the front court, little hesitation move. Martin sees this one, good hand defensively by Samick. Samick in a probe as he's going to drive, kick left and inside to Scoville. Scoville at the left wing makes his way inside the paint, able to spin, step through off the window, no. Rebound by Booth. Booth able to spin, throws it up, and this one can't get it to go, and a loose ball here for Keller. Some grade A opportunities for West Fargo. That goes awry. Mustangs front court with Keller. Keller left wing. We'll see this one left, and it's signed to Bernstein. Bernstein will make his way to the paint. Shot fake up and count it. It's another and one, this time for Kason Bernstein. Simic with his first and the team's fourth, and a good shot fake can do wonders for you in the game of basketball. As Kason Bernstein to the free throw line, looking to get into double digits with 10. As checking in here will be AJ. As Brackens will check in, Knutson also into the game. As Beckett foul and Booth will check out. Free throw attempts on the way here for Kason. Mustangs trying to get up by 5, and they do. Double digits here for the senior forward, who averages 9 points per game. He's got 10. Brackens, front court, makes his way high, gets fouled, and this one will be 2 shots. Keller with the foul, his first and the team's fourth. We'll see 2 free throws on the way here for West Fargo. And there's AJ to the stripe to shoot 2 for Brackens. Free throw attempts on the way here for the junior guard, as Brackens misses the first. Substitutions as Smith will check in with Krejcia. Here for Cheyenne as Gable will check out, and also with him in Zimney here. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Brackens is good. Packers 2 of 4 from the free throw line here in the second half. Will pick up a little full court pressure defense, trailing it by 4. It's under 11.5 to play in the second half, and a heatly contested EDC boys basketball tilt tonight in West Fargo. Up top, Keller will utilize it. Thought about a 3, skip it near side with it, goes Krejcia. Back to Keller here. Keller between the legs, taking the screen. Thought about the dribble pullback. Krejcia on the inside, trying to get by Knutson off the window, no. And Krejcia stays with it, up and in. Tanner Krejcia's got 8 points and 4 rebounds. Brackens will see this one at the free throw line, hanging, shooting, and scoring. Brackens has 3, and the Packers are back within 4. Full court pressure defense. Krejcia, left wing, looking for a back cut. Slip pass inside, open for 2. Bernstein able to find daylight. He's got 12. The paint just opened up like the Red Sea there for Kason. Right-handed side it goes to Simic. Simic back to Knutson. Knutson, three-pointers up and good. Wyatt Knutson with his second three-pointer of the season. They dared him, and then Knutson tips the ball to the front row. Home under your popcorn. As the Packers are back within 3. As Hawkins Seymour will check back in. You got Scoville as well. But the scouting report obviously said let Knutson shoot it because they were daring him. He was able to set his feet. He's got 16 to lead the floor now for the Packers. Turnover. Brackens goes up the floor. Samick right to the paint, off the window for 2. Aiden Samick with 11, and the Packers are back within 1. 10-10 to play here in the second half. Buckle in on a Friday night as Keller will handle this one. Left and inside to Martin. Martin gives it to Krejci, right wing, down to Keller. Keller for the answer, tickles a twine from 19-9. Keller's got 7, and a timeout on the floor will break as well. Mustangs lead it by 4 here with 9:54 to play in regulation.
As an American family insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show here tonight. We'll get to our player of the game, final stats, hear from a member of the victorious team. That and more is still to come here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Maddie Ekron helping us out here this evening at West Fargo. After the timeout by Tim Brandt, they'll come out and trap as the Packers able to break it. They give this one to Samick. Samick left wing in the three-pointer, short, comes up on the rebound here for Zinker. Max with his second board of the game of the Mustangs now trying to see if they can balloon this lead up to 6 or possibly 7. Is that still popular in high school or middle school, 6-7? I'm not sure. Ball goes left and inside to Krejci. Krejci at the left wing to the baseline. They want 7 with the Smith three-pointer. That'll go long. Rebound tipped in the hands of West Fargo. Seymour. Outlet to Brackens. AJ to the paint. And this one goes off the bottom of the rim. Rebound comes down to Cheyenne. It's a 5-on-4 as AJ is down. As the Mustangs will get the shot up and in for 2. They'll call the timeout here for an officials timeout with Kyson Keller to finish for 2 points. Keller's got 9 as they take a look at AJ here, as it's going to be 59-53. We'll take a timeout and continue with more after this here on YourLiveEvent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, AJ Brackens, just a little bit of a running into the near sideline here with the padding, so maybe just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but he'll come out of the game. Good news, he's able to move under his own pressure here, so that's the good news. With 9:11 left to play in this second quarter, the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs able to see this one up by 6. So West Fargo, we'll see the trap here by the Mustangs, and then asking for a tip. Nothing is granted. Turnover here on the Packers. It'll be their 13th. So good job on the double on the way for Keller and Smith to just kind of cluster up the backcourt a little bit, and they get the turnover as the Mustangs to inbound it. This one goes to Smith as Samick nearly had a steal the other side of the floor. Smith right-handed side, high post touch. This will go to Krejci. Krejci at the high post. Nice backdoor find off the window for 2. Oh, that was pretty. Kyson Keller's got 7.5, 11 in the game, and a honey of a bounce pass there by Krejci. Samick to the right wing, goes behind the back, now up top to Scoville. Samick from 24 feet is up and in. Aiden Samick with the triple. That's his second of the night. He's got 14. Packers back within 5. Zinker, front court. Guarded by Foul to the near side. They give it to Keller. Keller back up top, able to reverse it left wing to Zinker as Krejci comes off the screen, step through off the window, and the Mustangs are attacking the paint here in this second half as Krejci's got 10. Samick, left wing, takes the ball screen here at the free throw line, looking to probe, able to find it to Beckett. Foul goes behind the back, couple of dribbles, tiptoes the end line. This one finds its way to Seymour. Seymour back to Beckett here in the left short corner. Foul inside the paint, finds it to Scoville. Answer three, yes! Scoville with the triple and a timeout for Adam Paulesky. 7:52 as they'll have to stop the clock. There it is with 7:50 left to play in the second half. The Mustangs up by 4 with the ball on the return.
I'm Dan Sukert, your Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why my Edward Jones office is a proud sponsor of Park Christian Falcons basketball. Call 701-281-5264 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. The Packers have hit 4 3-pointers here in the game. They've hit, 7 in the game, 4 so far in the second half. While Cheyenne also has hit 4 in the second half. They've hit 6 tonight in regulation. Mustangs lead it by 4. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. As this is a home run pass up the floor. Knutson with the tip and eventually will get the ball. Packers go the other side. Samick, 3-pointer is up and in. Samick with another triple. He's got 17 on the night and points off a turnover there for the Packers. They back within 1. Gable trying to get this one across. It's a turnover. They go to Beckett. Foul. Foul makes his way, and there's a foul. Gable with the foul. His first and like an avalanche. Here comes the Packers with a couple of turnovers after the timeout for Cheyenne. As now Beckett Foul will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Beckett, 13 points, 3 threes as Foul. Trying to see if he can get to 14 and potentially 15 points tonight. Hits this one. He's got 14. As Zinker will check in for C.J. Smith. Second free throw attempt to try to give West Fargo the advantage. Beckett up and in. Now with 15 on the night. Packers lead it by 1. Under 7.5 to play here in regulation. Krejci will see this one to Keller. First time these two teams met, went to overtime back on January the 6th. Packers won 89-87. What's going to happen this time? Krejci, 3, and he takes the lead. Tanner Krejci with his 16th three-pointer of the season. He's got 13 points on the night. Glant up top to Samick, now to Seymour. Near sideline to Beckett, to Knutson, to Foul. Foul with a couple of dribbles. Left in its side, Knutson posting up for it, asking for it. Here comes the double. Kick to Glant, wraparound pass. Oh, that was smooth. Beckett Foul gets the 2 points, and Glant with the assist. Left-handed side goes to Martin, nearly an over and back to Zinker. Zinker up top, back to Martin here. Deep 3 for the answer. That's going to go long. Rebound is loose. Gable comes with it. Power dribble off the window. No, it's still loose, and Glant will come away with it. Glant throws a home run pass up the floor that strikes a touchdown to Samick. Samick able to beat everybody down the floor for 2 points. Mustangs back with the ball, down by 2. As this one works up top to Krejci. Krejci right wing as it goes to Martin. Martin right-handed side with it, coming off the screen goes Keller. Back up top as it works its way left-handed side as this one makes its way. Shot will be up and in as Keller able to finish with 2. He's got 9 points here in the second half. As this one works, now to Seymour, tied at 68. Right wing, Samick. Samick with the jab step, shot fake. Samick to the paint, right-handed scoop, no putback. Knutson can't go. It's still loose on a bounce, and it will remain Packer basketball. Knutson hustling after that one hard as the Mustangs will make a couple of substitutions as Zimney will check in. Also, Bernstein will check in. Samick will check out. You got Scoville back into the game now here for West Fargo. Coming through, looking for the lob to Knutson. It's a turnover as they go the other side of the floor. Nice pass inside. Zimney, finger roll, can't make it. Rebound, saved to Gable. Gable on the interior. Double team comes. Gable still working for it as he sees this one on the slip somehow to Bernstein, who throws it up to a teammate to Zanker. Now it goes to Martin and a traveling violation. After all of that, it's a turnover here for Cheyenne as Booth will check in for Knutson. As the Packers and the Mustangs at 68 apiece. West Fargo to inbound it here on the right-handed side. We'll see this one now to Beckett Foul. Foul will give it left wing on the weave now to Scoville. Back up top to Glant. Right-handed side, nice give and go. Glant jumper from 7 off the window, can't get it. Rebound here to Bernstein. That'll be his 4th board of the game. Bernstein will give this one off to Zinker. There's Zinker at the right wing, takes the drive, leaves it to Martin. Martin left wing, back up top, looking for the reversal here for the Mustangs. Zinker will give it on the pick and roll to Gable. Gable stepped through, and this will be a traveling violation. So a traveling violation here on the Mustangs with Gable. It will make its way back to West Fargo here, so negate the made layup as the ball will be here on the right wing to the baseline. As going behind the back goes Beckett Foul. Foul front court, left-handed side. Beckett goes the other side. Block shot here by Zimney. Martin reverse pivots and gives it back to Gable as head coach Tim Brandt puts the arms up and says, let's run a half-court set. Martin to the right wing will handle this one now to Zinker as they work with it back up top. Left-handed side now to Krejci. Krejci at the left wing looks for a teammate. 13 seconds on the shot clock to Gable. Gable up top with under 9. Gable going to drive on Glant. Here comes the help by Booth. Martin with a deep 3 is up and in. Cole Martin with his first field goal of the second half. He's got 9 and his second three-pointer of the night. Beckett, front court, pass inside to Booth, and this will be a foul on the hand check here for Zimney. His first and the team's 5th. As we'll get a substitution as Knutson will check in for Booth with 4:03 left to play here in regulation. And we get a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 4:03 left to play here in regulation. Packers with the ball down by 3 when we return.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
Here today on YourLiveEvent.com, 4:03 left to play. West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs up 71-68 as the Packers will inbound it here. The last time out was by Tim Brandt and the Mustangs, so they'll have 2 remaining. The next foul puts West Fargo in the bonus. Packers have 3 timeouts remaining. They have 14 fouls so far here in the second half of play. EDC boys basketball tonight. And it's been a good one from the start. We were tied at 33 at the half. Knutson will see this to Seymour. Ball gets deflected right to Hawkins' hands, back to Beckett. As Foul will utilize this one, takes a couple of dribbles, gives it back to Glant. As Glant gives it to Foul on the inside of Knutson. Knutson looking for this, and there's a foul. As Knutson gets mugged, he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul will be assessed here on Bernstein, his 4th, and that again will be the team's 7th. So Knutson to the free throw line. Wyatt 1 of 2 so far from the stripe. Chance to get back within 2 or possibly 1. Knutson comes up short on the first. Second free throw attempt here for Knutson. As Wyatt hits the second. Samick to check in. Scoville will check out with 3:48 left to play here in regulation. Morton on the inbounds. Finds it to Smith. Smith with a couple of dribbles here down the front court, right-handed side to Martin. Martin at the top of the key, taking the screen. Little flare screen comes to Smith, able to reverse it to the baseline. Here's a three-pointer that's going to go along by Krejci, and a rebound for Knutson, but a steal for the Mustangs. They have it on the floor. This one goes to Krejci, back to the baseline, and the Mustangs right now up by 2 will run a set. C.J. Smith back to Martin here. Martin doesn't take the screen, going to drive, looking to kick. This one will be out of bounds by Beckett. Foul here on the baseline with 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's Cheyenne with Keller to inbound the basketball. Keller right-hand side to Martin, and this one will be a foul away from the ball. Foul assessed here on the Packers. It'll be their 5th. Beckett will pick up the foul. That'll be Beckett fouls 4th. Foul of the contest. Ball gets inbounded to Martin. Bounce pass. As they work with it up top, Knutson gets on the deck, and we'll see a timeout here for Tim Brandt. So Tim Brandt will save the possession with 3:05 left to play here in regulation, and the Mustangs will be down to 1 timeout remaining, up by 2 with the basketball when we return here on your LiveVent.com.
For top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
High school basketball here tonight on your LiveEvent.com. Cheyenne, 3:05 away from trying to pick up a road victory here in the EDC and make the top of the standings a little bit more intriguing, particularly with what Davies, West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Horace all are right now here on the top end of the conference when it comes to EDC boys basketball. Bounce pass, Krejci, right wing. Krejci with the jab step takes a dribble, able to pop this pass to Martin. Martin left and inside, pick and roll on the interior. Krejci, nice slip pass on the inside, up and in for 2. No one helped the helper, so to speak. Bernstein now with 14 points here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Right wing, this one goes to Samick. Now to Beckett foul. Foul will drive and kick to Glant, able to reverse it to Samick. Samick here inside the paint, able to see this one block go to Knutson's hands to Seymour, back to Samick. Right wing 3 is short, but it goes like a pass right to a teammate there with Beckett. And Adam Paulesky wants a timeout here on the floor. 19 points here for Beckett as Samick pretty much teed that one up like it was a pass. And with 2:23 left to play, Packers back within 2. Mustangs of the ball when we return.
If you're dreaming of a new home or looking to refinance, get in touch with First Class Mortgage. They make the process simple, fast, and local. Their team knows the Red River Valley, and they're here to help you with the right loan, with the best rate, and personal service every step of the way. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or anything in between, choose First Class Mortgage, where your story begins. Visit firstclasscorp.com or stop by the office in Fargo.
High school basketball here tonight on your LiveEvent.com. The West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs 73, the West Fargo Packers 71 here for EDC boys basketball. Time on the floor for Adam Paulesky, so they'll have 2 remaining for West Fargo. 5 team fouls for Cheyenne, 1 timeout remaining with 7 team fouls here for the Mustangs. Packers led by the 19 points of Beckett foul, 19 points for Samick. Well, for West Fargo Cheyenne, they have a handful in double digits as well. 13 for Krejci. You have 14 for Keller. And then from there, 13 for Keller. Bernstein with 14. And you also have 14 here for C.J. Smith. So both teams balanced scoring here tonight. Cole Martin in the front court. Takes a dribble, looks it for Smith. C.J. guarded by Samick with the pass that's going to be airmailed right to Knutson. Knutson to Samick. Samick with it. Right-handed side to Glant. Glant looking on the interior as Glant will skip this one now to Hawken. Seymour back to Beckett foul. Foul at the right wing, gives it to Glant on this weave, fires the pass to Seymour. Seymour takes 2 dribbles on the interior, wrap around now to Glant up top to Samick. Samick with a shot fake, Samick on the inside, throws this one up from the baseline, shot no, rebound for Beckett. Foul now to back up top as this one will get tipped on a bounce. Well, as Fargo, though, gets another crack at it with a chance to tie or take the lead here late in regulation. Seymour, as foul, we'll see this one now to Glant. Glant looking back, cut to Beckett, foul with the attack, and gets fouled and count it. The senior with 21, a chance to make it 22 and take the lead here for the Packers. Martin with the foul, his second, team's 8th, and a free throw opportunity on the way for the senior. Beckett averaging 19 points per game. He's at 21 and now 22, and he gets the end one, and more importantly, from the Packer perspective, up by 1. Mustangs will utilize it here with Martin. Martin taking a couple of dribbles to the right wing, bounce pass to Keller. Keller able to regain the possession here, trying to muscle down Seymour. Back to Martin. Martin, right wing, will rise. The 3 is short. Rebound for Knudsen, and then a foul here on the Mustangs. Knudsen with his 7th rebound of the game. Foul will be assessed here on the Mustangs, as this one will be to Kason Bernstein, and his night will be done. He'll finish with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and he goes 6 of 7 from the free throw line here for the senior. So he will be done while Knudsen will shoot the make one to get one free throw opportunity, as Zinker will check in now for the Mustangs. The front end of a 1-and-1 here for the West Fargo Packers. That's 6'5" sophomore Knudsen. On the 1-and-1, makes the first. Now with 18 points. Packers. Free throw attempt number 2. He's going to go in and out, no good. Rebound here to Keller, his 5th. Keller will see this one to Zinker, as Zinker works with it in the front court. Here comes a double. Seymour gets the steal. Seymour on the other side. Finger roll, layup up and in. Oh, what a thief here for Hawkins Seymour. And then Smith lost it out of bounds, but he's able to save it as it gives it now to Martin. Mustangs down by 4. They got to go. Need something to drop on this possession. Three-pointer, Krejcia. 3! There it is. As Tim Brandt will call the timeout as Krejcia hits the triple. He's got 16. Coach Brandt calls the final timeout for the Mustangs, who are unable to stop the clock from here on out. 41.6 seconds left to play here in regulation. 77-76. Packers up by 1 when we return.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
High school basketball here tonight on yourliveevent.com, as this contest continues here between these two clubs, as it's a good one here tonight as well. 77-76, Packers up by 1 with the ball. And it will be a double bonus on the next foul for Cheyenne, so the Packers will get 2 free throw attempts. If there is a jump, it will go towards West Fargo. And the other kicker, if you're Tim Brandt, you don't need to foul. If you can play this one straight up, get a stop, you'll have 11 seconds, 15 seconds, depending on when that shot goes up, to sprint the other side of the floor and see if you can get something to go in. Again, no timeouts remaining for Cheyenne. West Fargo's got 2. Full court pressure defense. Beckett will see this one guarded by Smith. Here comes the double. Foul to Samick. Gives it to Seymour. Seymour in the front court as they see it up top. Mustangs were looking for a travel. Nothing granted, as Beckett will give it back to Seymour. Seymour right-handed side to Glant with the pass, and there's the foul. Foul will come against Keller, his second, team's 10th, as Glant will head to the free throw line here for the 6'2 senior guard. Glant 8 of 15 from the stripe so far this season. Again, shooting 2 here for West Fargo. Glant on the first, in and out. Second one to try to extend the lead to 2. As Glant on the second one. It's going to go long. Rebound, though, won by Seymour, not a Samick. Now the Mustangs have to foul at some point here. It goes out of bounds, but it'll be last touch here off of Samick. Samick got it. Martin was right on top of him, and they'll say it was last touch off of Samick here, who's in disbelief. And a timeout for head coach Adam Paulesky with 19.5 left to play as the Mustangs catch a break after they got the loose ball by Hawkins. Seymour all of a sudden set it right on cue that the Mustangs had to foul, but as they were coming out to guard, it went off of Samick's hands after Martin was able to tip the ball away, and they got it at 19.5 seconds left to play here in regulation. If you're just joining us, we're tied at 33 apiece at the half. One player that's fouled out is Bernstein for Cheyenne. As Kaysen finished with 14 points and 4 rebounds. And if you're West Fargo, you do have one foul to give. So if you get burned, you can foul to reset your defense. Packers will be down with 1 timeout remaining. The next jump ball does favor the Packers. Again, Tim Brandt with 0 timeouts left. However, got the foul. Glant missed both. Then got the turnover there on Samick. And the Mustangs have a chance down by 1 to try to see if they can get the go-ahead and possibly game-winning shot here in the second half. Largest lead of the game is 9. Otherwise, it's been a single to 2 possession game throughout the majority here tonight between these two teams. Packers, Mustangs, what more can you expect when these two clubs get together here in boys basketball? Full court pressure defense by West Fargo. Mustangs will see this one to Smith. Smith trying to get by Samick in the front court. Smith crossing over, a couple of dribbles to the baseline. This will be the foul. With 12.6 left to play in regulation, Samick will pick up the foul, his third, team 6, but that's the last one to give again for West Fargo. Cheyenne with Smith to inbound the basketball. As Smith on the inbounds, gets it into Zinker. Zinker with 10 up top to Martin. Now to Smith with 8. Smith to Krejcia. Krejcia with 5. Here comes the double. Krejcia up top. Martin for the game. Got it! Got it! Got it! They're going to hold the student section from coming on the floor, as I think they'll put some time on the clock. Timeout for Adam Paulesky, but he's not going to have much to go as Martin hit the triple from deep, and we'll see how much time they put on the clock as the officials will talk it over. Timeout here for Adam Paulesky. It's a full, and the final one at that. When it went through the cylinder, it was about at 1.1, 1.5. Then how quickly do you give the timeout to Adam Paulesky, whether it's 0.8 or maybe 1 second left? Again, going through the cylinder, it was about at 1.1, about 1.5, and then the timeout immediately by Adam Paulesky. So they'll put some time on the clock. The question again is how much? So 1.6 is what it sounds like here from Ben Potter, our official. Just from the eye on once the ball went through the cylinder, and by the time you grab it, again, it looked like it was about 1.1, 1.5, but you get 1.6, that's definitely enough time for a catch, dribble, shoot, or a quick pass to someone else, and then they get the shot. But if you're the West Fargo Packers, you got to go the length of the floor and about 1.6 as they put it back to 1.6 on the floor after Martin hit the game-winning shot here for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. The freshman able to put that one in. As West Fargo will see this on the inbound with Hawkins Seymour with 1.6. Seymour sees it. Samick 2 dribbles. Samick can't get the shot off to try to beat the horn as they're going to call it good. Excuse me, they called it good as they will get this one in for 3 points. So excuse me, I didn't think he got the shot to go. And the three-pointer is in by Aiden Samick as now the West Fargo Packer bench erupts. And it will be 3 points on the way here for Aiden Samick, who will finish with 22 points on the night. And the West Fargo Packers able to win this one 80-79 in what will be simply a thriller. If you're West Fargo Cheyenne, they thought that the final buzzer had sounded on that second dribble here by Samick, and they thought the game was over, but you did have the officials say, call it good, and the Packers able to come back in at 1.6. Aiden Samick able to go down the floor, make the three-pointer off the backboard, and West Fargo will come out victorious here tonight, 80-79 over West Fargo Cheyenne in what is simply going to be a thriller with 11.5 seconds, with a thriller as West Fargo improves to 11-5 in conference play, on the season, 10-2 in the conference. They will sweep the season series against West Fargo Cheyenne by a combined 3 points. They won it 89-87 in overtime, and winners here 80-79 tonight on home court after Martin hit a three to take the lead. A three-pointer by Samick to beat the horn, and that's how we'll finish this basketball game. Back with more after this on our post-game show on yourlivevent.com.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college. Youth basketball is back, and it's time to play for a purpose. The Grover Athletic Club Winter Classic tips off February 28th and March 1st at Oak Grove Lutheran School in Fargo. Every team gets 3 full-court games guaranteed, with great competition and later start times for out-of-town teams. Best of all, your team helps support Grover Athletics, funding equipment and opportunities for student athletes across all sports. Sign your team up today at groverathletic.club.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
The man that hit the game winner here on our DJ Coulter Agency final here on this one. Again, Aiden Samick able to finish this particular game off with 4 threes, but the biggest one at the very end as well. Able to beat the horn, a backboard one at that, Aiden. After Cole Martin hits a three-pointer with 1.6 seconds, your coach calls a timeout, able to reassess yourself. So just take us through what the huddle was at that standpoint. Trailing it by 2, knowing that you had to go the length of the floor and try to get something off to see if you could tie or possibly win it in regulation.
Yeah. You might not think 1.6 seconds is a lot of time in basketball, but us as a collective group and team, we know we can get a good shot off with that total of 1.6 seconds. And we had a play drawn up for Wyatt to go all the way down. He wasn't open. I was the second option. And I was like, oh, Hawken, just trust me, please. He gave me the ball. He trusted me. I knew I could take 2 dribbles before the shot clock goes off, and then I just let it fly, and it went in. So.
You have 2 games this year where you beat Cheyenne by a combined 3 points. One went to overtime. This one was nearly overtime. What can you say about when these 2 teams get on the floor, and what does this mean as well as a senior to find a way to win on home court one last time against a rival?
Oh, boy, it's a battle. Every single time we play them, I think the last 4 times we played them, 3 of them have been into overtime, and then this game right here. So, and getting this last win as a senior, it just feels amazing because going 2-0 against our rivals, that's the last team I want to lose to. So I'm just glad we pulled it off.
What can you say about Wyatt Knutson on the inside? Had him down for 18 points, almost a double-double tonight. What can you say about the big man on the interior for the sophomore?
Oh, he was just very physical this game. He rebounded well. He ran the floor, and we were just able to find him in the inside. He was getting very good post-up opportunities, and he was just capitalizing. And same at the free throw line. He made some clutch free throws down the stretch, and that was huge for our team.
Final thing for you, Aiden. What do you hope to carry from this one? You got a quick turnaround tomorrow afternoon against a non-conference role with Fergus Falls before you get back to Shanley here on Tuesday at Niche Gym. But what do you hope to carry going forward before you get to that EDC tournament in March?
Just hope to carry the energy we've been playing in second halves. We need to open up both halves that way. And if we continue with that energy, especially on the defensive side, if we keep our defense locked in, communication, we'll be in great hands. And because our defense opens up our offense, so yeah.
Hey, Aiden, congratulations. Let you go celebrate. Best of luck tomorrow afternoon. Aiden Samek, again, the game winner for the Packers. Will continue with more after this.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
As we hear from the head coach now, that's Adam Paulesky. This interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. I don't know what it is when you 2 teams play here, AP, when it comes to boys basketball, but there's some thrillers in this one. I don't know where do you put, in a regular season game, but 2 times you played them. One went to overtime. This one nearly went to overtime, and more importantly, you found a way to win both games by a combined 3 points. Let's talk about the last, final seconds of regulation. Martin hits a 3-pointer from deep, 24, 25 feet. You immediately call the timeout. They got to figure out how much time to put on the clock. What's the message to your team in that timeout, knowing that you're down by 2, and what are you trying to draw up as a head coach in that situation?
The biggest thing is trying to get players in space. Like I said, Aiden said we had to play for Wyatt, which is good. He's 6'5", 225. He can catch everything. So him going to the rim would have tied the game. They switched that out and took him away, and they didn't guard Aiden Samek, which, so be it. And he took. We go through this situation all the time. So we know how many dribbles we get. We know all these things, what we can get with 1.4, 1.8, all those things. So we executed exactly what we do in practice, because you can't draw up what's going to happen in practice. It's random, but you just got to make plays, and players make plays. Aiden made a nice shot, and we ended up on top.
Able to find a way to pick up this victory. I kind of asked you a trade or something you wanted to see from your team going forward. What's it say about the resiliency in a game where it was 9 points was the biggest advantage for either team? Both teams had different swings up and down. Neither team could get away from the other here, AP. So what did you see from your team in just a gutty, gritty battle at a particular EDC rivalry contest?
Well, we have guts. I'll give us that, and we are resilient. We've been known for that for a long time here. And that's a West Fargo High School thing. Like, we are a gritty team, and that's been through the decades from Bob Torgensen to Greg Limke and on. So that's something that we take a lot of pride in. The biggest thing is I think we know that we got to take care of the basketball a little bit better. That kept it close. That stopped our runs as we weren't able to take care of it. So we're going to get that fixed. It's great playing a team that's this good and this competitive because those Cheyenne kids work really hard, and they're good basketball players, and they expose you when you make mistakes, and they did that to us tonight. So it's great to have these challenging games to play really good teams. West Fargo is the place for basketball in the EDC. It really is. I mean, us, Horace, and Cheyenne, we have some pretty top-notch basketball players.
60-plus points combined between Samick, Beckett, Fao, and alongside Wyatt Knutson. I talked with Aiden a little bit about Wyatt. I'll talk with you a little bit here about Beckett. Beckett able just to calmly, collectively, put 22 points up in a game like this, and obviously playing through some foul trouble down the stretch as well. What did you see from him with those 4 fouls to able to navigate to get, be on the floor for that duration of regulation?
Well, a few months ago he fouled out of a couple games early, just getting some silly fouls, and that kind of, you wonder, like, hey, can he pull it together? But he got that 4th one, and he just sat down and played good, solid defense, kept his chest in front of his guy, kept his hands back, played good defense. And one thing about Beckett, too, that is unappreciated is he's one of the best rebounders we have. I think Wyatt has maybe 4 or 5 more rebounds than him on the season, but Beckett's right there, and he's the best rebounding guard I have coached since Carson Hagerly, and that's quite the compliment.
Last thing, give me a word or two or a sentence on Aiden Samick, on just the legacy this continues to build for a kid that plays like he's 7 feet when he has a basketball and when he's going for loose balls and does everything else. Able to add another one into the memory books here with the buzzer beater against your rival. Just what's a word or two that comes to mind when you think about that kid?
That young man has unwavering belief in himself, and that's why he makes plays when we need to make plays.
Hey, Adam, good to see you. Congratulations. We'll let you go enjoy this one for a couple hours because you got the Otters coming up here tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, we do.
And again, Adam Paulesky, head coach for the Packers, will continue with more after this here on your LiveVent.com.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at PurpleWave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
West Main Pizza is serving you from Ada and the Rail District location in Dilworth. The tradition of West Main Pizza continues. Pizza, calzones, wings, subs, salads, and more. Lunch, dinner, family meals, and business meeting orders. When you're in town or driving through, visit West Main Pizza. For daily specials, visit West Main Pizza Ada and Rail District Dilworth Facebook pages. Order by phone or westmainpizza.net. Both locations open daily at 11 a.m., serving the delicious West Main Pizza menu items you enjoy. West Main Pizza, Ada and the Rail District Dilworth.
Well, a game that was a thriller. Those interviews brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Go to djcoulter.com. It's now time to get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Aiden Samick with 22 points. Knutson with 18, 22 for Beckett Fowl. The three amigos, if you will, able to combine for 60-plus points. That is our Player of the Game, brought to you in part by Enbridge and our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the contest. The 3 by Martin, then the 3 by Samick as they go back and forth in this one. That is our Play of the Game, brought to you in part by Agassi, your local precision planting dealer. Go to Agassi Precision website at feature Agassi Precision website at planterdoc.com. Final numbers, Samick with 22, 22 for Fowl, 18 for Knutson, 7 for Scoville alongside 2 for Booth and 2 for Seymour. Cheyenne led by the 16 of Krejcia, the 14 of Bernstein, 14 on the way for Smith, the 3 by Keller, 7 here for Gable, and 3 by Max Zinker as well. As Cheyenne drops to 8-8 on the season, 7-4 in the conference. West Fargo now 11-5 on the season and 10-2 in conference play. Simply put, when these two teams connect on the basketball court, something is going to happen that's going to be a lasting impact as a basketball fan. If they play again, I'm not sure what they can do for an encore. The first time went to overtime. This time went to a game-winning 3, it seemed like, by Martin, to a buzzer-beater 3 on the opposite side by Samick, and the West Fargo Packers squeak out a victory here by 180-79. On behalf of Maddie Akron, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Packers pick up the win. Enjoy your weekend. Good night from West Fargo.